I am back with another video, Yellowstone Wildlife Part 3. This is going to be about wolves. So here we are back in Yellowstone National Park. In this video, we're going to talk about Canis lupus, aka the gray wolf. Wolves are one of my favorite animals on this earth. I make a trip to Yellowstone National Park every year just to watch them. I've seen wolves in other places. I've seen them in northern Minnesota. I've seen some wolves in Alaska. However, when I really want to go see wolves, I go to Yellowstone National Park, especially in the winter months on the northern range. Wolves once populated Yellowstone National Park in huge numbers. They were hunted and eradicated and killed as vermin as ranchers started to occupy areas just outside of Yellowstone National Park. Under great controversy, wolves were reintroduced to Yellowstone, the Yellowstone ecosystem, in 1995. Since then, they have flourished. The restoration of wolves in Yellowstone National Park has helped balance the ecosystem. As I said, I go to Yellowstone every year, specifically to watch wolves. Now, sometimes you see them and sometimes you don't. You don't actually make a wolf reservation. I and a number of other wolf nerds will line up with spotting scopes, telephoto lenses, binoculars, and stand out in the cold all day to see a wolf pack. And I do it year after year after year. Can't get enough of these dudes. Now, I gotta be honest with you. Most of the time when you see wolves in Yellowstone, your images are going to look like this. You will go home and tell your family and friends that, yeah, that dot out there is a wolf. Just being completely honest. There are about 8 wolf packs in Yellowstone National Park. Most of them are north of Lake Yellowstone. The average size of a wolf pack, somewhere between 9 and 10 wolves. That pack lives and functions as a family unit. It is led by a male wolf. He is called an alpha male. His title is not given, it is earned. So yes, he's that dude. He has a mate, an alpha female, and the wolf social structure within that pack flows down from them. Male wolves are large. They're the largest of the canine species. Males weigh somewhere between 110 to 120 pounds. Females are 90 to 100 pounds. They are large animals. They're much larger than coyotes and foxes, the other canines that live in the park. And let me say now, although they are all in the canine family, they do not get along. Wolves are monogamous. Although every now and again you may find one wolf that kind of jumps the fence, they live under a pretty strict social order. Wolves mate in February. They have somewhere between a 60 and 63 day gestation period. Their pups are born late April, and there are usually 3 to 4 pups per litter. And the entire pack will help raise the wolf pups. So most of the wolves that you're going to see here are from the Junction Butte pack. I came across these two, watched them for quite a while. I was here in the month of February, which is mating season. And yes, they are getting to know one another. Time goes by, and guess who I see? It's these two. I guess the two of them have worked up an appetite. I saw an older bull bison laying in a dry lake bed one morning. Went back in the afternoon. This is what was left of them. These two and their pack mates have left nothing to waste. I remember driving by that bison and thinking, yeah, that's probably not a good spot for you to be in. And apparently it wasn't. Wolves are at the top of the food chain in Yellowstone. They like to eat elk. Wolves have thinned the elk herd by about 15%. That may seem like a lot, given that Yellowstone has the largest free-roaming elk herd in the world. They needed predators to bring balance back to the elk herd. Wolves have an uncanny way of thinning the herd from the old, from the sick, and the weak. Wolves prefer elk. However, they will also take down bison. Wolves would prefer to take down elk, but if the opportunity presents, they will take down a bison, especially if there is one that is old, sick, or weak. Wolves are well adapted for this environment. They do well in the cold. Even with all of their adaptations, life here is hard. Wolf lifespan in Yellowstone is typically about 5 years. They can live much longer than that. However, there are a number of conditions in the park that tend to weigh heavier on their life expectancy. One of them being other wolves. The leading cause of death for wolves in Yellowstone are other wolves. They are highly territorial. Sometimes their ranges overlap, and they don't like that, and they end up killing one another. Let me say this. I love wolves. They are beautiful. I can't watch them enough. But wolves are gangsters. Wolves take the attitude that if you're not from this hood, you need to get from around here. So if they find other wolves anywhere on their territory, it's a problem. This coyote came in a bit early. Wolves chased him off. I saw them go over one hill, very small hill. I did not see that coyote again, but we all know what happened. As I said before, as beautiful as they are, wolves are just gangsters. Although they are called gray wolves, you'll see gray wolves, you'll see black wolves, which most are gray and or black, and very rarely you will see a white one. Wolves hunt as a pack, and to watch the way that this unit works, as cruel as it may appear, is an art form. Despite what we have read in folklore, wolves do not attack people. Wolves will actually do just about everything they can to avoid people. If you've not seen a wolf in the wild, I highly encourage you to go to Yellowstone during the winter months and do so. Just take it. Yes, it's going to be cold, but there is no such, as I've said before, there is no such thing as bad weather. It's only the wrong clothing. Take your layers, take your scope, take your binoculars, take your patience, and go see some wolves. You won't regret it. Thank you for watching. Please like, subscribe, and share this channel. So this has been quite an outing. I've seen wolves in a way that very few people get to observe them, and I can't wait to come back and do this same thing all over again next year. But before I go, I'm going to leave you with these. Thank you for watching. I'll be posting another video from my time on the road soon. Please tune in.